Let's talk about Emma Grede and what she said about women working from home and how it's affecting their success. And this is coming from someone who works fully remote and got a promotion at the start of the year. But first of all, let's start off with identifying who Emma Grede is. She is the co-founder of Good American and Skims with Kim Kardashian. So she's done a lot of worked in a lot of companies and founded a lot of successful businesses. So there's a lot of credibility to who she is and what she does. Now, this whole stance of, you know, women working from home is eroding, your pathway to success. She talks about there needs to be some type of proximity and visibility in these workplaces. So that way you get the corner office. So that way you get that promotion. And if you're a person who works in office and that is your aspiration to climb the corporate ladder, there is a lot of truth to what she's saying. There is some level of playing the game. There is some level of proximity, building those relationships, being there in order to even get a chance. There's a lot more loaded to what that stance is, but you also have to consider that the world has changed post 2020. What success looks like for people. A lot of times people are finding a lot of success working from home, building businesses, whether that be consulting, e-commerce, working remotely for a company, like in my case. So it's not like a one size fits all. And I think that everybody will take that statement and feel like that is the ultimate pillar of what success looks like. And success can look many things for different people. But one thing I really want to highlight, which she did very well and which we can all learn from, is when trying to level up, when trying to get, whether it be promoted at work or when trying to build a business or build something just beyond you, right? You're going to need some type of relationships with people. You're going to need partnerships. Like it's better to do things together with people in a community. Success isn't achieved alone. There's no one person in this world that achieves success solo. There is always somebody, whether it be a mentor, whether it be their spouse, whether it be a community that was sort of helping them and guide them along the way. So the four things that, is important for building relationships with people, business wise, even friendship wise, that are key to your growth is proximity, frequency, intensity, and duration. So proximity being how close are you with this person physically? Duration meaning how often how long do you spend with that said person? A frequency, how often do you actually see them? And then intensity, how intense is the relationship? How connected, emotionally connected are you with this person? Those are key things that Emma Grede kind of touched on in her interview with Keke Palmer. Those are key things that anyone anyone that's trying to level up and get somewhere in life and advance in their career, advance in their business, and is trying to build relationships with people, that is something that you can't run away from. It's something that is the formula needed to really build and cultivate those relationships. So there's one thing that you guys can take away from watching in that interview. I know it probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, is that even for me, those are things that I had to apply outside of work, building those relationships, partnerships outside of just work, building connections, networking, having proximity, intensity, duration, and frequency with these said people is what's really going to help you propel forward.